Just setting up the stream. We are live now, so hello to the Mackem Cabbie and Davey show. Yes, twice a week. We are now on a Friday night. How are you doing, Davey?
Champion, son. Tremendous after a great win.
Class, wasn't it? That was just absolutely superb. Like,
Aye.
thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, I wasn't expecting it, mind you.
No. Well, after about 20 minutes, I was fearing the worst. Like, but tell you what, they didn't hold back there. They give as good as they got.
They did, mind. They did.
I'm proud of them.
I thought they were gonna bully us, and they did. I predicted the first half. But what I noticed differently was simply a better side.
Without a better football inside, but they didn't want to play football, did they?
No, they didn't. Hello, David Joblin. He says, hello, good evening, lads. Welcome to the chat, mate. But no, I heard you on Total Sport tonight, like, and after being on such a high of beating Luton Town, I just couldn't understand why Kieran Brady was going on the negative route like that. Everybody's on a high, man. You know.
Aye. Especially the way he went on about the offside goal. When he says, by the letter of the law, he was offside, but they should have just give it. Eh?
Why is he? I don't know.
I don't understand it.
From a Sunderland pundit, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Terrible, doesn't it?
I mean, they obviously don't understand the laws of the offside. I mean, even the Sky commentators. I mean, there was one co-commentator, Scottish fella. He might as well been bleeding Luton the way he was going on. Right. You know, when there was a foul, says, they're building up to the Mundle goal. You know, when was it Hume? Who was it that tackled in the centre?
Hume.
Aye. Well, the Sky commentator, wasn't he? He was saying, that's a foul, that's a foul. The referee's got to bring this play back. He's got to bring this play back. He was like, what are you talking about?
It was right in front of the referee. He says he got the ball. He literally said, he went like that, got the ball.
It was really, really, it was just a clean tackle, but the co-commentator was talking like we talk when we're Sunderland fans. That was never a foul. Yeah. Bring that back, you know.
Aye.
But the offside goal, all I can see with Kieran Brady and that co-commentator and some Luton fans is they don't understand the offside rule. What? The fact, like, he was clearly standing in front of Patterson, right? When the ball was played.
Offside.
I know.
He was offside and he made an attempt to go for the ball. As soon as he makes an attempt to go for the ball, the flag goes up.
I know. How are you doing, Yorkshire? Mackem Jacobs here. You all right, mate?
All right, Cabbie. Hi, Davey.
Hello, Jacob, lad.
All right, man. I don't know if you were on holiday. How are you doing?
No, I'm good, thanks. I came home from a London coach trip last Sunday, so that might be why.
Jacob, how's the reserve staying?
Last I checked, we were winning 1-0 against Norwich.
Get in.
It's not on YouTube either. Again.
No, the away games never are.
I know. Have you been keeping all right, Jacob?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just flat out at work and doing the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yes, David.
I've got a sore neck of hitting the balls on Wednesday night, and I was only watching.
Good win, wasn't it?
Oh, tremendous.
We were just talking about how they didn't understand the offside rule. The fact, like, he was standing in front of Patterson and he went to head the ball as well. And you've got to take your hats off to the linesman because he was on the ball there. He was on the ball there, wasn't he? Did you? I don't know if you noticed, Jacob, how biased the co-commentator was on Sky.
Oh, I've seen it for the highlights. Yeah.
It was embarrassing. Oh, wait there, yes, darling. Do you want to sit there? Go on then, pet. Want to sit down? Here's my daughter coming back down here. That's that. You all right? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Come here. Put the table here for you.
Yeah, and a nice win against Hull, won it, Davey?
Yeah,
The
very
Hull
good.
game.
You-
But
You're not going to be far off the top if you can win 2 home games in a week, 2 away games in a week.
oh, I swear, if this is our season, then he got judged, didn't he, Reggie Labrie, when he was announced? People were thinking, "Who's this?" And when they heard about, when they heard him about being relegated, they thought, "Oh, great." But then we all did our research, and the previous season, before the relegation season, he actually did all right. And then we saw his style of play in France. Yeah. And then we started going, hang about, he might actually come good. And look what he's done.
Yeah.
So, definite improvement from Beale. Thank God.
Oh. Aye, what would he have made a Wednesday night, eh?
Oh, it'd have just been one player in the box.
Hey.
There's more players in the box, if we're going to score, if we're attacking. Anthony Mackem said there's like at least 4 or 5 players in the box. Under Michael Beale, it had just been one.
Aye.
So, yeah, and there's some similarities to Tony Mowbray as well. Like Reggie Labrie and Tony Mowbray, there's some similarities, but I think Reggie is slightly better than Tony.
He's got more plans. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C.
I am
Tony
back.
Plan A, didn't he?
Just got to catch up with a lot of stuff on the chat here. Lisa Bosworth, hello Lisa, you all right? Says we're all on a high. Hello lads, hello to you. SJ says hello mate, you all right? He says I only listened to Total Sport a bit, but Brady was really negative. He was like. Ken Walton, how you doing, Ken? You all right? He says good evening to you both from Cornwall. Lisa says again, oh that Scottish bloke was so biased. Hello, Dortmund. He says, hi, both. Hi, all. What a result on Wednesday. Colin Major's in.
Go, Colin!
He says, hi, lads.
Hi up, Colin.
Told you, didn't I? The bigger they are, the harder the fall. He did it all. SJ says, can't believe the Luton fans were shouting for a penalty in the 8th minute of added time, even though there was only supposed to be 5, mind. He slipped over and miskicked it. It was never a penalty, cheats. Gary Hoyle, hello mate, he says, it's biased because they are skunk lovers. And, so Jacob, were you expecting that win?
I mean, I did predict 2-1, but I wouldn't have been surprised with a draw because they're not as bad as they're made out to be, Luton. They've had a bit of a funny start, but I think they're starting to pick up now, and I think come end of season, I think they'll be in that top half, Luton, like maybe 10th, 9th, maybe not top 6, but definitely top 10. But nah, they weren't bad though. Yesterday, on Tuesday night, Wednesday, with Luton, they weren't a bad side. It was just they were frustrating though, hoofing the ball. So, but no, overall, it's a good win. That if we can get out wins in tough matches, then we must be doing something right.
Yeah, they said on Total Sport tonight, didn't they, that there's only really a side like Luton play the way they do, where it's just, basically, I think they just thought, let's just do the same as what we did to Sunderland at the playoffs, and we'll do them. And I think that's what they thought they were going to do, because it was literally a carbon copy of how they played against us in the playoff second leg. But what they didn't know was we're a hell of a lot better, we've got more experience, and we're a hell of a lot more dangerous up front.
Yeah.
Which showed. But it was funny you on Total Sport where with Kieran Brady, and Gary Bennett, bless him, he's not allowed really to stick up for you, Davey. He's got to sort of go on hums and ahs and all that. He's got to toe the line. But I mean, it was a valid point. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know whether he had a script, Kieran Brady. He was playing a bit devil's advocate there. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he was asking Sunderland fans, "Would you be happy with 6th?" I says, "Well, no." I says,
"Not at the minute."
If you've got a choice, top 2 or 6, who's going to say I'd rather be 6? Who's going to say that?
Aye.
Do you know what I'm saying? And yes, I know there's a long way to go. There's a hell of a long way to go. Of course there is. We're not saying that. But would you have expected, if someone says to you, the end of October, knocking on the door for November, Sunderland are still going to be top of the league, would you have believed them?
No.
No.
But while you are there, you've got to be confident. You've got to keep going for it.
Aye.
Not sit and worry about, we might get injuries, not be good enough. And right, so what, you might not get any injuries?
Because what Kieran was saying as well, he says, because he was saying he was almost certain that Sunderland, come the end of the season, will not be top two. I'm thinking, like,
yeah.
Why are you putting them down like that? Imagine if any of the Sunderland players are listening to that.
Right, shocking. Well, I thought it was very, like I said, Cabbie, very disrespectful to the team, not like to say that.
Aye. I hope that makes them more fired up if they were listening. And I hope them saying, right, well, we're going to prove them wrong. But it was strange, and I was surprised he was coming out with stuff like that.
No.
To be honest with you, but no, it was weird. We are aware, of course, we are. I mean, we've got a few players on how many yellow cards have we got?
3 of them on 4 yellows.
So are we as any players on suspension for Saturday?
No, not yet. No,
not yet. And this is where the problems will arise when we get suspensions and injuries.
All right.
Are we good enough to maintain the top of the table pace with a weakened side? Do you know what I mean?
You didn't know. Plus, another point I was making, Cabbie, was this. We've got 3 players that we signed that haven't even put a shirt on yet.
Yes, that's right.
You know, that Alexic, who's been on the bench. We've got that Sam I'd never been seen yet. And we've got that centre forward who paid £3 million for.
But no, it was odd. Gary Oyle says Luton have not changed their tactics since the playoffs. Big Humpert up front to the big men. We all know that, aye. And Darren Hall, hello mate, says Kieran Brady once tried and failed to sue Sunderland over his medical condition and retirement. Stealth Gaming, how are you doing, Stealth? Says Sunderland still first. Fury wins rematch. A very Merry Christmas. Billy G, hello Billy G, says Brady works at St Jimmy's Park, Saudi wages. Aye. I don't know. It's
You're seeing behind the dugout on every game in the tunnel.
What's he do like?
He just seems sort of reporting or something.
Ah, I see. So, who impressed you the most? We're going to you, Davey, first. Who impressed you the most at Luton? I heard you mention about how good Dan Neil's been.
Dan Neil done a great job, but I thought Mackem was man of the match, like.
Mackem.
Aye. Well, all them at the back, they must have had sore reeds on Thursday morning, mustn't they?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, I mean, plus you got to think. Luke Nine got a bang in the face, had to gone off. Mackem got a bang on the head, had to gone off, and they still come back and played like that.
What about you, Jacob? Anybody who stood out for you?
I don't know. I think they are a team game, really. I think they were all good. Especially, Wilson's getting better and better. I think Mundle's, Jack Clark's passed the torch to him, and Mundle's just carrying on what Jack Clark was doing. So, yeah, and Rigg, he's always looking good, isn't he, Rigg? For a 17-year-old, and all Premier League clubs are after him,
That was a good goal he scored, Rigg.
Yeah, and if he goes, we'll get a lot of money for him, at least, if he goes.
Most 17-year-olds would have just hit that as soon as it's come to them.
No.
To have the audacity to literally just walk it in the box and just taking players on the way he did, it was like, oh, yeah, man. And he seems to be like that, Rigg, at the minute, and he's like, he'll go a game and a half or so where you don't see much of him, And he's like, I don't know whether he's recharging his batteries, and all of a sudden he'll just pop up with some brilliance. That seems to be what Riggs seems to do, isn't it? He just pops up with something superb. But definitely Mundle. I mean, if you'd had put a side by side screen and one of Jack Clark's goals and Mundle, they would have been virtually identical, wouldn't they?
And he plays exactly the same way, but he's just got more pace.
He's stronger, isn't he?
He's got more pace than Cabbie. That's the main difference. When he gans past the defender, he gans away from him.
He does.
Jack Clark always had to come back, didn't he?
Jack Clark needed about 2 yards of space in front.
Yeah.
Mundle can be 50-50 neck and neck.
He just runs through them, didn't he?
Did you see the speedometer when Wilson Isidore was running for the the Hull City goal? 30 odd mile an hour. I didn't realise he was that pacey.
He loves the fans, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
We've got an option to buy him, you know. It's we're getting a nice little clang together there. And some of the fans were saying, they were phoning up the radio station. They were saying like, well, we could see it for real behind the goal, 3 or 4 seats behind, and the telly doesn't do it justice how good Chris's rig goal was. He says to be in there, he says you would have to see it in real, to really get the grasp of how good and what skill he showed to put that ball in the net. And for their equaliser, a few people were saying like it was Dan Neil's fault, was it? Did he let his man go?
Yeah, he did like, but it was that Morris about 3 times the size of Dan Neil, isn't he?
Aye. Stealth Gaming says on the chat, says, very good, thank you. Hope you're well, and big thanks for playing commentary and doing your thingy every week. You're welcome, mate. He says, I want to see... Eh?
I'm saying, Cabbie, your commentary is totally different. I don't know if you've ever watched the SAF Fans React commentary. It's embarrassing.
Fan TV, you mean?
No, could be SAFC Fans TV.
Aye, yeah.
There's no commentary on Nout. They just keep saying, he's got the ball, he's on the edge of the box. Just yours is entertaining.
That's maybe because I'm a nutter.
Cabbie, I like watching yours back the next day.
Don't I give you a migraine?
I love the way you got on. Like that 2 seconds after there's a goal, you can.
And I'm having to hold back because my daughter Summer sits literally. I've got the conservatory door closed. My daughter Summer sits just behind, and because she's got autism and stuff, I cannot really like shout too loud, so I can't really let myself go properly and that.
Right. I was laughing on Wednesday night when she come up here for about 2 minutes again. And you were saying, right, but you're like, he's watching the telly and all.
I know, but this is a situation, though, which comes first, your family or football, and it just goes to show you. It just goes to show you how mad us Mackems are. You know, when you mean it's so passionate. It's like, my daughter, bless her, she came up for a kiss, and I was like, all right, no bother. And I'm never going to ignore that. You cannot. It just won't happen. But you're right what you're saying. Like, I got one eye hanging out down here. You know what I mean? You know, and my anxiety levels were up through the roof because of the fact, like, are these kind of scoring? We were in like, you know, oh no, and saluting this, and here comes the ball, and some of daddy gets a kiss night, and it's like, oh God, see you. Were you panicking, Jacob, when he said 5 minutes added on? Were you comfortable?
No, I was panicking a bit because it'd have been typical Sunderland, wouldn't it, to concede that late on, but we held on and we didn't, you know.
We did.
This season, it's just. It's like a reboot, innit? It's what's happened. We've recently also got a assistant coach, haven't we? Portuguese fella.
We absolutely have. Yeah, we have and all. Yeah.
You know.
Good point, Jacob. Would not really mentioned anything about the assistant coach. You know,
he was jumping into the crowd and all.
He was. Did you see him jump up and down when the full time whistle went? He could jump and punch the air. Class, man. It's class. Stealth
hopefully
Gaming.
if we get sorry to interrupt, but hopefully if we get to Prem, Reggie can do pretty much the same in the Prem. You know, top half or like. I think my expectations. I think first season stay up, so maybe 15th. But then after that, I say Sunderland should be finishing 10th or 9th in the Prem, top half mid-table. Not just scraping relegation like we did from Paolo Di Canio to Sam Allardyce. You know, it's
Too right,
Jacob,
Jacob.
you know.
Jacob, Champions League, man.
Champions League. You've not been smoking, have you?
No.
Davey, you've not been smoking wacky.
None of this UFA conference rubbish. We want to be in the Champions League.
Do you know what I would? Oh, I would. That'd be a bonus. That'd be a bonus. Because imagine the Stadium Light in a Champions League game. Oh, it's probably a bit far-fetched. Might be a bit far-fetched saying, "Oh, Sunderland in the Champions League," but
Cabbie,
Hello.
we'll have to tap the short of the Milan and that, and live from the stadium. Oh, it'd be class, wouldn't it?
But I would have to leave a week earlier because I've got a fear of flying. I'll have to take the boat out. You see. I'll have to. I'll be there with the seagulls and stuff, and you'll be like in first class on the plane. I'll have to sort something out. Christ almighty. Just going to go back to the chat. Stealth Gaming says, I want to see Tom Watson play a few. I think Tom Watson will come into it slowly.
Yeah.
But I think he played his cards well, Regis Labrie. He made the right subs, and I think it possibly would have been the wrong type of game maybe for Watson. You know, whack him in amongst that lot. At least Chrissy Riggs had the experience. He's got more experience, hasn't he? Yeah. Billy GW says, it gives commentary heads up about substitution. Brady at St James's. So, Darren Hall says both our goals were class. They certainly were. If someone was to say which one of your goals was your favourite, you know what I mean. They've got to be level on the weighing scales, haven't they? They both had it. Both
quality in a different way.
Gary Hoyle says, Stealth Gaining says, no, wait a minute, let's go on that quick. The messages. Gary Hoyle says, Chrissy Rigg is getting better and better. Well, he is. He's getting better. And that's what you said, Davey. It's like, as long as we didn't burn him out, that's when you'll see the best of Rigg. Stealth also says, what's the news on Henderson coming back? Well, I mean, there's nothing really more surfaced on that, has there? It's sort of settled again. I didn't think it would happen. Would we need Hendo back with what we've got at the minute? I didn't know.
Nah, you cannot see it.
Harry SAFC, hello Harry mate. He says Mundell 5 goal contributions in the past 9 starts. What a player he is. SJ says someone said on here that they rang Davey during the game and Davey told them to F off. Is that true? That was your son. He was on my chat and he says he was laughing his head off on the chat. I said, what are you laughing at? He says, I've just rang my father and my father's just told us to like sort of F off because the game's on.
Oh, yeah, you rang us 5 minutes after kick-off.
And you know what he says? He says, should we put Davy's number on in the chat and get everybody to ring him? Oh, dear me. Gary Hoyle says, we have to reach for the stars. Of course we do. Colin Major said, loved Luke's Superman impression to the fight at the end. Did you see that, Jacob, Luke 09?
Yeah, Superman, wasn't he?
Oh, is this his new thing now, where he just comes with his cape and just dives on top?
He got booked.
Right, silly sausage. I mean, was it a bookable thing? I didn't know. I mean,
booked there.
And did you
all them bookings, right? When that kicked off, and the one who caught it didn't even get booked, the goalkeeper.
Why didn't they just walk away? The Sunderland players should have just walked away. That's the best form of defence. That is just walk away and say, "See you later." I noticed Luke 09 after he did his Superman dive, he ran round the back. And he was like, I don't know if you've seen it, but he gets squares up to the Luton players and he's laughing in the faces. He's really enjoying himself. Like, He's proper winding them up like it was mental. It was absolutely mental. That was like, but that was what I would say. That was the most enjoyable win so far for this season. Like it was a team I really wanted to beat, Luton Town, and I thought we weren't, and that really felt good when that full time whistle went in, and I thought we were a bit neglected when they equalised. And I was so pleased how quick we responded. Was it like 3 minutes after they equalised? And you should have heard Benno and Barnsley when them goals went in.
I have heard them howling.
Absolutely. But like I say, it was dominated pretty much by Luton first off. I couldn't believe how many free kicks and corners they had within the first like 30 minutes.
They just play for free kicks, didn't they?
They were inviting us on to draw the fouls, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they were just playing for they were dying to get a red card, weren't they? That's what they were after.
Yeah.
But you kind of help believing more and more and more when you see these performances like that. Because I said before, there's not many teams that go to Kenilworth Road and win. There won't be many.
No.
They put Watford to bed 3-0, the game before.
Yeah.
It was absolutely class. So we'll move on to Oxford United then, coming up on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
What do you reckon?
Well, it's a tricky game, isn't it? It's still a tricky. There's no easy games, is there?
No easy games at all.
No. But I think they'll come for a draw. Like they've drew the last 5 matches.
What do you reckon, Jacob? Are you confident for Saturday? Would you take a point?
No.
Nah, not bad side, but I think I've gone with a 3-1 Sunderland win.
Yeah.
I think we might just be a bit too much for Oxford, I think.
You're right, Davey. They've drawn.
Yeah.
We've lost 1, drawn 1.
We've got the worst away record in the league.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I know. But yeah, they've the drew against Burnley, which to be fair weren't a bad result, and it wasn't a bad result. The drew at Luton. The drew against Portsmouth. The drew against West Brom. So they're holding their own against the biggest teams in that league.
Yeah. Well, it'll not be an easy game. We'll have to be up for it.
They lost against Blackburn, and they lost against Coventry. And they started off the first game of the season with a decent win over Norwich City. 2-0. But it's got a ring of Division 1 around the name Oxford United, isn't it? I just hope the players don't get a bit too complacent. A bit like Plymouthy when we played Plymouth, like, we'll just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't do that. Would you make any changes then for the Oxford match?
I think Roberts will be back.
Roberts.
Yeah.
How do you think he played, Roberts, last game?
He didn't play, did he?
Did he not come on the sub?
Aye, for about 5 minutes.
I thought it was more.
But I think he'll go back to his normal 11 tomorrow night, the one he normally plays. Brown will be back on the bench.
Possibly.
Because you want 2 wingers on the dome.
Regis Labrie has set Sunderland a 90 points target to get promoted.
Yeah.
90 points. I suppose it's doable, isn't it?
Aye.
James Cope, this is funny to see Labrie laugh off promotion talk there. Rightly points out that will be around the 90 point mark. The fact that is we're actually 3 points clear.
Mm-hmm.
And did any of you guys hear about the racist abuse Elijah Adebayor on social media got during the Wednesday's fixture?
Awful.
Obviously, the club's saying we strongly condemn all forms of discrimination and will insist that anyone identified faces will get the strongest sanctions possible. And will include a lifetime ban from the Stadium of Light. Does that mean, was it some of the Sunderland fans, do you think, been saying stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's what they're insinuating.
They're not fans, though, are they, doing that?
No.
There weren't fans like that anywhere near our club. No,
Just arseholes, aren't they?
like I say, they're not fans, like, are they?
No, definitely not.
Bet you the fans will have been tired, though. How many miles round trip that'll have been?
Right.
And to be at work the next morning, but it was pointed out, wasn't it? When you win, you don't feel tired.
No.
There'll be a buzz going back on that train or the bus.
Yeah. The players didn't feel tired when you're winning. It's when you're not winning.
Did you see that little lad that the Sunderland players went over to when the Mundell scored? Or as either Mundell or Rig, I can't remember. There was a little lad, like he was celebrating, and they all went over and cuddled this little lad. He was as if he won the millions. The look on his face, because Riggy put his arm around him and get shuffled his hair and all that. Man, it was class. Happy birthday to Nasri Rusin today as well. I can see him going, in January.
Yeah. Doesn't go look on now, does he? Doesn't even go run out.
It's a shame. It's a shame it's not worked out for him.
No.
But it's a results business, and you've got to do the best for the best.
Yeah.
David Joblin in the chat says Luton is a rugby team. Gary Hoyle says, got to be confident they don't travel well. Talking about Oxford. Yeah, and SJ says what you've said, Davey. They've drawn their last 5, so they're clearly tight at the back. We will change the team, though. It's not tiredness, it'll be fatigue against injuries, I imagine. Jacob spot on, 3-1, says Ken. David Joblin says, Sunderland 3, Oxford United 0. Confident scores coming through here. SJ says, didn't he just say 90 points usually gets teams promoted? Not that we'll have to get that. Hopefully we will do so. That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, what did Leicester have last season?
Leicester?
Yeah. They won the league, didn't
they? They won the league.
With how many points?
I don't know if anybody in the chat knows. Do you know, Jacob?
Yeah. Jacob will know.
What is it? What's this again? Sorry.
How many points? How many points Leicester had at the end of the season last season?
Oh, it was less than Leeds, wasn't it? Because I think Leeds had more, but they still didn't go up. I remember.
No, that doesn't make sense.
I'll check again because
that doesn't make sense, Jacob.
Leicester had 97.
Did that?
That's how much Leicester had. Yeah, 97.
Leeds had 90 and didn't get up.
Yeah, Leeds had 90. I think that's the first time that's happened in football, hasn't it?
But mind you,
Leeds
Burnley were running away with it, weren't they, and all?
Yeah.
There was a lot of points.
2 seasons ago, yeah.
Who holds the record for the number of points?
Sunderland.
Is it still us?
Right, 105, isn't it?
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Is that under the Peter Reid era, Kevin Phillips and Quinn?
Aye.
You know, with the
Roy Keane, was it not Roy Keane?
Was it Roy Keane?
Somebody will tell you in the chat.
Ah, they will. SJ says other teams' fans are saying we're lucky. Is it luck or is it just the fact that we pressure teams into mistakes? I mean, look, every team has to have a bit of luck. I don't care what anybody says. Even the best teams in the world needs a bit of luck now and again. Whether it's from officials or it's from a deflection.
Yeah.
You know.
Or offside. Ha!
Or offside, yeah. But we're showing what promotion material teams do. It's like soaking up the pressure, can't the other end, bang, score. You know, and that's what we seem to be doing at the minute.
Yeah. We're scoring at the right times, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. And they seem to be proper sucker punch goals as well. It seems to be taking the sails out of the opposition, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Colin Major says 2-0 to the lads tomorrow. SJ says, I thought Redden got 106 points.
Well, it could be right.
Could be right. I don't know. We'll have to have a double check on that one, I think. I'm not too sure about it. So you'll be going to the match on Saturday, right? Are you going, Jacob, or are you just watching it?
I'll be watching it with. I think Am's doing a stream. I'm not too sure, but if Am's not doing a stream, I'll be watching it on TV on Fire Stick.
On the old Fire Stick.
Fire Stick. Pasta.
Pasta, Alex. He's not in tonight. I don't know where he is. Oh, he said he's running out. His 3Gs ran out, didn't he?
He doesn't get electric on a Friday.
Well, he can't exactly go down the spa, can he?
No.
Oh, he'll be blowing smoke signals again.
If you've got to put the money on the key.
He will have done, aye. Oh. So we're getting also a lot of people have been, I've seen on social media as well, at the fact we're getting nearer and nearer to that January transfer window again. I mean, if things are staying the way they are, and let's just say in hindsight we're still top of the league and all that, do you think Sunderland need to do much in the transfer window? Because they've got to be careful they didn't upset the apple cart if it was the case. And
that's the thing, you've got to watch the team spirit, but you've just got to see where you are in January and see how your squad's lying, if you've got any injuries or... Well, like I say, we've got 4, 5, 6 players to come back yet.
Yeah, we've not even seen.
Right. I mean, who would have believed you'd gone all season without Dan Ballard and be top of the league? You would never have believed it, would you? If somebody had said.
You wouldn't have.
Nah. Plymouth game, he got injured, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Fox's Gary Hoyle says had 102 points to win. Hello Bong, you're right. He says Sunderland have 105 points, 98-99 season. Redden, 2005 and 6 got 106 points.
Right.
Look where they are now.
Yeah.
I know we didn't want to be sounding like too overconfident like the Geordies do, But if we did go into the Premier League and stuff, then I mean, we've got a lot of work to do. Strength wise.
Oh, of course you did.
You weren't here on Monday, Jacob, but we were. Wasn't it your son asked the question?
Good question. One good question.
Aye, and he says how many players, Jacob, that's in our current squad would be suitable for the Premier League.
Ooh,
it's a good one, isn't it?
It is.
And I was surprised how many players were had on the team that literally would do all right.
How many is it?
Well, I can't remember what we said. We definitely said it was because we definitely said Patterson is.
Right.
And
I think the only ones we didn't say would be Luke 19, Patrick Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it, I think.
Luke 19, was it? Luke 19, Patrick Roberts. Well, it's no good saying no Shisha Roofing because I didn't think they'll be there in January.
No.
How old's Patrick Roberts?
Right.
How old is he?
27.
27. I think that's why he's losing a bit of his pace.
Oh, he's never had much pace, like.
No. He's still vital to having the championship, isn't he?
Got a good brain on him. Football brain.
I'm surprised that's all we said that weren't ready for the for Premier League likewise, but I don't know.
You know when's his game, Stuart? I thought Patterson was injured, did you? I thought he might have been a doubt for tomorrow.
I know. I thought that as well.
2 or 3 times he pulled up with that right leg, didn't he?
Yeah. I thought he was immense on Wednesday, mind.
Right.
He pulled some class saves off, like.
Oh, that one off the header. Oh.
Ah, you know that. Oof. Bong says it's the age, though, lads. He says if they get older and better experience, then they could be Premier League class. Gary Hoyle says, but how many will improve? Of course, by May.
Right, that's a thing.
I was thinking today at work. I was thinking like daft thoughts like, do we really want to go up to get slaughtered every single week in the Premier League? You know what I mean? Because we're having a good time at the minute. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But being in the Premier League, and I was thinking, well, getting just turned over game after game after game. It's like, do you really want to be there and all that? But you sacrifice that, don't you, to be in the Premier League?
Yeah, of course, man. You've got to give it a go. But even if you can up and come straight back down, you're in a better position this season because you've got money and you're in the Championship.
How do you think you'd fare in the Premier League, Jacob?
Sorry?
How do you think we'd fare in the Premier League if we went up?
Ooh. I don't know.
Davey reckons Champions League.
I think for our first season, we might just scrape it, but then after that, I think we could maybe go on 9th or 8th, like I said, maybe just outside the top 6, pushing it. But I don't, who knows? It's a funny game is football. It's hard to say, and it's still because might have a different team by the time we're in the Prem.
Completely. Pundits are already saying that the favourites for the drop is Southampton. They were to be 2-0 up against fellow rivals that just came up with them, Leicester, and to lose at 3-2. That tells you they've got problems, doesn't it?
They'll come down, won't they?
No, and I couldn't believe it. Ipswich Town, they still haven't won a game.
No.
Oh, quality Billy GW. Under 21s, 2-0 up against Norwich in the 18th minute. And I'm surprised that's not streamed on YouTube. Given I don't understand why it's not like... Is it to do with copyright rights? Or I don't know. Because that would have been good publicity for them because they're doing well at the minute, Who scored, Billy? If you can tell us, anybody know who scored? SJ says, was that not time wasting tactics by Patterson? That's why I thought what he was up to. And of course, he got a yellow card for time wasting, didn't he?
He was time wasting late on the second half, but I was more on about in the first half where he couldn't kick properly.
Yes, I've not seen any reports at all. Whether
last Regis said there's no injury worries.
Gary Hoyle says possibly need 2 or 3 Premier League experienced heads. Well, I mean, look how much it's benefiting us now. I mean, what a difference Meffen's made into the squad, isn't it?
Oh, huge. He's so calm, isn't he?
And it's not just the fact it's the skill factor or anything like that. It's the mental, not just physical experience, but it's the mental experience as well. Yeah. The mental experience, how they deal with things. It's almost like a stroll in the park. How imagine reading the Premier League, the pace of that, right? And then coming to the Championship and then reading the pace of that. Can you imagine how slow that'll be? Right. So you can understand in a way.
He reads the game well, doesn't he?
Oh, aye, he does.
He never gets flustered or looks under pressure.
See that tackle against Hull City when he was away down the right flank and Meffem, I think, went up and he sort of like hooked his leg to get the ball. It was superb how he did that, like, because they were on for an attack there. And Meffem just went, get up there, and all the Hull fans are going, that's disgusting, how dare you do that? It was a crystal clean challenge. It says, Billy GW says, Crompton's got both of them goals.
Ben Crompton?
Centre-half, apparently.
Centre-half, aye. He's been out injured for months.
He's got 2 goals, though. That's canny, though. SJ says, surely the aim is always to be as high as possible in the highest league. It's the same as the Cups. Got to go for it all the time, apart from this season, where we tossed it off big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that's helped. I mean, do you think that could have been a hindrance if we were still in the League Cup and that extra fixtures?
Man, not if you're playing your second 11. It shouldn't matter, really, should it?
No. Because we'll have the FA Cup coming up. That usually starts in January, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The second or third round proper or something.
Yeah, that's third round.
Third round. Yeah, it's the third round, isn't it?
January.
Gary says Mackem is just cool and calm and collected, and reads the game well. Be interesting if he stays with us if we did go up.
Right.
Colin Major says, Davey, he says, are you okay? You look a bit tired tonight.
Oh, I'm always tired. I'm all right, though. Don't worry about me, son.
You think he looks tired, Jacob?
No, he seems fit as a fiddle to me.
He maybe used all his energy on Total Sport because it was quite funny because it's like well, we know what time it is now, Davey.
Right.
Davey time.
When I ring up, mother say, what time do you want me on, Davey?
Oh, dear me. Do they not have a thing on Total Sport where they're like, you're only allowed to be on maybe once a week?
Right. Twice is I would think the maximum, like.
Aye.
I once rang up every night and he said, Davey, where you? I'll give else a chance.
Who said that?
Dominic.
Did he?
Aye. I took the hoof and I wasn't on the next week and he rang me up. He says, what you not been on for?
You can't bloody win, can you? I forgot to mention about the bloody fans forum when I phoned you the other night. So all you do is just phone up and just say, I want to be part of it.
Yeah.
Do they send you a form to fill in, or do you just...
No, I just ring you up. They ring you up and say, can you come on in a fortnight? They give you about a fortnight's notice.
Do they look after you, like give you a cup of tea and biscuits and stuff?
Oh, cup of tea, biscuits, you have a little look round, look north and that. It's great, man.
Oh, do you?
Aye.
Get to see where Mike Neville used to sit?
Aye, and that weatherman, what do they call him? Big body-headed fella.
Was he there?
Aye, he's always there, aye.
The Scottish fella. Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Oh, there's somebody in the chat now.
Is it not John?
Nah.
Oh, my God.
I can see him. Big strapping fella. Oh.
You've got mostly waiting windy weather coming through there. He's been the weatherman for years.
Aye, donkey's years.
You know, that's annoying me now. What do they call him?
Somebody will tell you.
Pompey v Owls 1-0. Is that 1-0 to Portsmouth?
Aye.
Wow, that is a biggish game, that, mind.
Aye.
I'll come to visit that, whose name is at the minute. Elbong says, I reckon we should give a big shout out to Lebris for his tactics. Like, this is the man as a football and brain, and that was mentioned, wasn't it, on Total Sport before. Hi, Cabbie and Davey and Jacob, says Dougie Stewart. The Bristolian Mackem, hello mate, says, alright fellas, how's the crack? He says, aye, the crack's alright, we're just, we're feeling good this Friday. Colin Major says, Davey is never normal. Hey, Colin, come on the show, come on the show and join me. Love to see you, wouldn't you, Davey?
Oh, yeah, get him on.
Oh, do you would your son come on or not?
Oh, he'd come on.
Would he?
Aye, definitely. He watches you every night. He watches you every time you're on.
Should ask him, man. Ask him.
I will. I'll see if he wants to come on next Monday. Because he watches it. He watches it live all the time. He's a character. So
So apart from, I mentioned them 2 players that I think will be gone in January. Who else do you think would possibly could be on the short list to go?
Anderson.
You reckon Anderson?
Yeah.
I
I think they call him Paul,
do they?
the weatherman.
Paul Mooney.
That's it, see?
All the
Paul
weatherman.
Mooney, that's right.
Jacob Paul says Paul the Weatherman. You won't get the Look North where you are, Jacob. Not our Look North, I don't
Well,
think.
Oh no, I think I do. Is he got like is it what colour's his hair again? How would you describe it? Because I think
You got Neen?
Who the weatherman's got me here?
oh no, you're on about I'm on about a different Paul Weatherman.
Paul Weather?
No, there's a Paul Weatherman on news over here as well in Yorkshire.
Yeah, Look North doesn't cover like Yorkshire, does it? It's
No.
the Bristolian Mackem says Anderson's gone.
He's playing another night. He played on Monday night. He'll be playing the night.
Could be. SJ says get the gas man on as well.
Nice. Stevie Taylor.
Stevie Taylor.
Are you there, Stevie?
I don't think he is. Billy G says 3-0 to Sunderland against Norwich now.
Waiting. Hat-trick.
Oh, aye, is that the hat-trick? Well, who knows? Dougie Stewart says they would have a special place for the cat cabbie. Aye, the cat was on last night as well. Did you hear it? Did you hear it last night?
Aye.
I don't know whether I don't know whether I'd get ranked for that. You know, I don't know if it annoys them or not. But
Nah, why no? They look out like that, man.
it's like I remember when because Alaska, what she does when I'm talking on the phone, she'll just sit and watch, right? And then when she's not daft, right? She knows when I'm not talking. That's when she wants attention. And what it is like I turn me back, I turn the phone away, and then she's like meow, meow, like that, and she wants attention. She wants me to like stroke her and that, and I'm thinking like, oh, I don't know whether to. Well, I could get banned from the bloody station, yeah. Because I remember when it was the first time it happened, Marco was talking about something, and then you just heard this, and then Marco went, he said, what was that? And, and Simon Pratt started laughing his head off. I should maybe, if I ever get into fans form, I should maybe bring Alaska along in a little cat basket. Eh?
Yeah, they'll be laughing, man.
No, Neil scored. Neil scored for the reserves tonight.
Neil?
Aye. Is it Dan Neil? Someone said there's 2 Neils playing tonight.
Nah.
Let's have a look at this.
I've never heard of Neil.
Let's have a look at this. Let's get these scores up here. But they're certainly doing well. Oh, Norwich. Our Sunderland are playing at Norwich, so that's maybe why it's not on stream. Maybe
that's why it's not on.
Neil M. Somebody called M. Neil has made it 3-0.
Never heard of him.
No, I haven't.
No. Now, what's the reserves when they're doing?
Oh, I'm gonna have a look on the in the league table where they are, because obviously the Deans somewhat decent, to be quite honest with you. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Premier League 2, here we gone. The 9th at the minute, as results stand. Premier League 2. Of course, I mean there's no league above that. Do you know what I mean? That's the pinnacle of it as well, right? Isn't it?
No.
Manchester City under 21s, 15 points with top. Sunderland at 10th, 10 points should I say, at 9th.
They'll have 13 points now, won't they?
No, it's 10 points. It adds what they're doing up now.
All right.
On the thingy. third off bottom is Tottenham under 21s, and they're 4-1 down at home.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. So there we go. They seem to be doing all right. I don't know how many they've won on the bounce at the minute, like Sunderland.
Well, won the last 3, haven't they, Rob?
I don't tell you.
No, they've won the last 3.
They've won the last 4. 1,
Four?
2, 3, 4. So this will be 5 wins on the trap. Premier League International Cup 2-0 against Lyon, 6-0
Well,
against.
Cabbie, they must have more than 10 points if they've won 4. That's 12 points.
Oh, sorry. The Premier League Cup was the last 2 games.
Oh,
But they've still, in theory, they're winning on the bounce. It's still decent.
right, all right.
So there we go. That lands why they haven't got the points total, is what we'll say.
Right.
Dougie Stewart says used to like Bob Johnson on the weather on Tyne Tees.
Aye.
It was Bob.
Remember him?
That must have been in the 40s. That before my time, was it?
Old man.
Can't remember that. There's another match playing tonight as well. That's Premier League.
Aye, what's the score on that?
1-1 Leicester Nottingham. Leicester need the points, didn't they?
Aye.
And Championship Portsmouth, Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, that puts Portsmouth as it stands. Portsmouth are third off bottom. I still can't believe Coventry City is second off bottom. I really don't understand what's going on there. Not that I give a hoot, but
Them short. Next one.
Their record's just absolutely awful. Like, I mean, I don't know. Have they got a different squad? I don't know what's going on with them.
Sims is not in the team at the minute.
But there's something there that they're either not playing for their manager or their heads are down. But nah, that's weird. That is strange. So Sunderland 25 points, 3 points ahead of Burnley and Leeds, and we've got a nice cushion as well from 7th spot, which is the last before they can get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
8 points from 7th. I mean, that's decent, isn't it?
Bloody shower.
Do you think the top 6 could possibly be the top 6 end of the season? I mean, in the playoffs, you got Blackburn, Sheffield United, West Brom, and Leeds. And the other there.
The only if you won there, I would say is Blackburn.
Possibly.
And Middlesbrough could be tattoo from them.
West Brom are winless in 5 games, mind.
No.
They've lost against Sheffield Wednesday, lost against Middlesbrough, and they've drew against Millwall, Oxford, and Blackburn. So they're falling away a little bit.
Yeah.
Teams that I think still could potentially occupy the top 6, if not higher, but possibly Norwich, Middlesbrough. I don't know. I used to always keep saying Luton Town, they could come up, but I didn't know.
No.
I didn't know. It's like their style of football just seems to be backfiring a bit. Doesn't seem to be working, does it? 5 wins on the trot and only 9th. Yeah, SJ, that's because the reserves are they played a lot of cup games. Coventry versus Luton tomorrow. That'll be a tidy game. I wonder if that's on Sky. Premier League. Let's have a look. What games are the Championship? Coventry Luton. Oh, that'll be on the Sky Sports Plus because there's always 3 or 4 games at 12:30 kickoff, isn't there?
Yeah.
So the games tomorrow then. We've got Bristol City against Leeds. Expect Leeds to win that, didn't you? Coventry Luton. I don't know. It's a funny one. Watford Blackburn's a tasty tie. You expect Burnley to get 3 points against QPR. Derby against Hull. Plymouth, Preston, Sheffield. I don't think we've got much to worry about. They play Stoke. Swansea, Millwall, West Brom against Cardiff, and I think Cardiff's picked up a little bit. Is what I.
No, they have. Since they got rid of the manager.
No, they have one drawn, 1-1, 5-0, of course, against Plymouth.
Yeah.
So then, that hours absolutely flew over, hasn't it? Is it
Yeah.
nearly dog walking for you?
Yeah, dog walking.
Aye, what are you doing tonight, Jacob?
Probably just chilling, I think.
Aye, is
So-
Ant's not doing his stream tonight?
I don't know. It might be soon. I'm not too sure because of the time difference.
He looks knackered, doesn't he, when he wakes up and does his streams and stuff? Aye. It's just Anthony Mackem. He's like, because he's living in Australia. Like, I mean, I couldn't do that. I couldn't get up at I think he's getting up at 5:30 and that to watch. Is he working yet, Jacob?
I think he's starting at a few new jobs. Yeah, from what I've heard.
Aye. So anyway, 1-1 SJ tomorrow. So, Davey, have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, brilliant. Spot
on.
on, son.
Aye.
Ours is.
You'll have to see if you can get your son Kev on if he'll enjoy it.
I will. I'll have a word with him when he comes. He's down London at the minute.
Oh, what's he doing down there?
Well, have a guess.
Um,
What's on tomorrow? What's on tomorrow?
Oh, it's the I know.
Aye, that's where he's at.
Of course, he'll enjoy himself, won't he?
Oh, my eye. Guaranteed.
So anyway, we'll
Right.
stop it then. Davey, respect us
See
always,
you
mate.
later, boys. Oh, good result tomorrow.
Absolutely.
See you later, everyone.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra.